Thank you very much, and indeed, let me endorse Gavin's welcome to you all. I'm also not going to take too long, because I do believe that the two key speakers that we have here today, three key speakers that we have here today, will be able to highlight some of the issues and the concerns that we believe need addressing. So my first thanks really is to the British group of Interparliamentary Union, particularly Sophia and Rick, for hosting this important lecture with ECPAT UK. My thanks to Hugh Davis, Peter Davis, for sharing up with us their concerns in addressing the current issues as we face it, issues at hand, and of course the future strategies that need to be put in place, and the help of parliamentarians that we need. And of course, Rick, Sophia, and my low-pay unit colleagues here, Emma and Alice, for organising this particular event. And thank you all for accepting the invitation and taking time out from your very busy schedule to be with us. For those of you that are not familiar or may not be familiar with ECPAT UK, let me just a quick brief on it. Established in 1993 as the Coalition Against Child Prostitution in Tourism. And we were set up to campaign against commercial sexual exploitation of children in tourism, and to lobby for laws and policies, particularly in the United Kingdom, to protect children and to prosecute offenders, and to make sure that such crimes are prevented in future. We have come a long way since then, with some very key achievements in our campaigns in the UK, and we are pleased, no doubt, and often you'll hear us heavily criticising the UK Parliament and the UK government, but we are pleased that there has been some achievements and some introductions of good legislation which can help prosecute the UK nationals abusing children abroad. But you will hear today from various speakers that there is so much more to do if we are to eradicate what I call this horrendous atrocity against some of the most vulnerable children by our own citizens. Much more needs to be done if we're going to safeguard the children, including improved cooperation between the police in the UK and the overseas, and I know that Peter will be talking about this. The cooperations with relevant NGOs and civil society organisations, not just within the UK, but also abroad, and I know Hugh will be raising some of these. An estimated 2 million children, these are not little numbers, globally are affected by sexual exploitation each year. Something like 250,000 people travel abroad just so that they can have sex with minors every year. In our 20 years of history, we've documented more than 120 cases of Britons accused of such crimes, and British nationals continue to travel abroad to abuse children. This is a shameful indictment on a modern society. In our report, Off the Radar, which I think many of you can download from the line, from our website, it highlighted the risk posed by British travelling sex offenders working overseas in international schools and orphanages. To continue to hear cases like this. CEOP has stated that since 2006 it has undertaken over 1,200 investigations into travelling UK sex offenders, a statistic that only underscores the need for urgent action and to prevent British travelling sex offenders from gaining access to children overseas. Police travel orders, key instrument to help prevent and to protect children, still illustrate that it is very weakly implemented, and the government is not able to confirm, even today, how many individuals have been prosecuted under the Sexual Offences Act for 2003 for sexual crimes against children outside the UK. Given that the tourists are predicted to reach, international tourists predicted to reach 1.8 billion by 2030, according to the UNICEF report, this increase will raise the risk of exploitation of children in destination countries if we do nothing. The internet has made it so much easier for abusers to make contact with potential victims directly, either through online chat forums, grooming, through intermediaries, or by contacting minors directly via video sharing, instant messaging, and social networks. So things are getting more difficult, more easier to reach children. who are the sex offenders? Often we kind of pinpoint various people. I think one of my colleagues one day said to me, they're often not very good looking. But there is no single profile of traveling sex offender. They may be tourists, business travelers, NGO employees, volunteers working directly with children, professionals such as teachers, and we've heard about those in this country, social workers, military diplomats, expats. They're different individuals and different profiles, but they're committing the same unacceptable crimes against vulnerable children in countries with weak child protection framework and legal and law enforcement structures unable to prevent and prosecute offences. The profit made through sexual exploitation of children for tourism should not be underestimated. According to some data, it could be worth as much as $20 billion per year. There has been some efforts, notable efforts by NGOs in raising awareness, and this has helped build some of the capacity to prevent such crimes and to prosecute some of the perpetrators. But more needs to be done, as I said. There have been efforts made to improve laws and policies preventing child sexual exploitation in travel and tourism, but there are cracks in the system that must be addressed. It's these cracks that I know Hugh's going to highlight. We urge the UK Parliament and the industry to commit to preventing and combating exploitation of children in travel and tourism by establishing strengthening legal frameworks to address all forms of child sexual exploitation. This can include a range of measures that we will be discussing today. I thank you all again for your participation and look forward to developing a very strong working relationship with each of you here and to seek your help and your support in our campaigns. I'm going to show a very brief film. We won't show the full 8 minutes, but it will highlight some of the concerns that I've raised. Thank you very much.
These are some of the faces of the children of Thailand. Young and innocent for now. But life for many children like these is far from easy. 2 hours or so drive from the Thai capital of Bangkok is the resort of Patel. The police monitor this tourist hub as best they can. But many kids wander the streets, eking out a living selling souvenirs, doing odd jobs, or even begging. The little money they make can feed their whole family, who are often based in poor, rural areas outside the big city. The NGO ECPAT International works solely on the tackling of the commercial exploitation of children like these.
No children should be commercially sexually exploited. It's every child's right to protection. So in that sense, I think for us, as organizations working on child protection, we will continue to raise this issue because it doesn't matter if there are hundreds of thousands of children or just a single child. Our belief is that no child should be commercially sexually exploited. We're looking at children who are coming from poorest families. They are coming from ethnic minorities, from hill tribes, refugee children, migrant children. Children, in any case, already are falling out of the systems of protection, and they are vulnerable. Street children, children who have been affected by HIV/AIDS, or even children of adult prostitutes, we find are very vulnerable to sexual exploitation.
Thailand is growing as a tourist destination. The Tourism Ministry estimates that last year nearly 20 million international visitors came to the country. That's up 20% from 2010. But not all those visiting this dream destination are here to see the sights. Some are here for more sinister reasons. The Childwise charity, Australia's leading international child protection group working in Asia and the Pacific too, estimates that 250,000 overseas travellers actually go abroad with the single aim of abusing children. And the world's largest overseas aid charity, World Vision, say the problem of the sexual exploitation of children is spreading across the globe. Sina Van was just 12 years old when she was sexually abused by foreign travellers in Vietnam and Cambodia.
You know, the first time the guy that have sex with me, the foreigner, I know it's he wrong, but I remember that when I in Vietnam, I see the foreigner, they say hi, I hi with them very sweet. But when I have been traffic, come to Cambodia, the first time guy, the big guy, the old guy, look like the grandpa, but he come to have sex with me. And you know, he's not thinking I'm the kid. He drive me many times with me the same. So I'm so hurt.
Sina was rescued by Somali Mam, another victim of sexual abuse in Cambodia, who now works to help girls like Sina through her foundation.
As a survivor like myself, when I ask the people to help me, it's not easy because they look at me that is your life, it's not my life. But look at all the kids who are 4 or 5 years old have been sold in the brothel and got HIV/AIDS and have to die. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Thank you. For those of you that want to see the full film, and I think it's worth watching it, it'll talk about the kind of things that we should be doing. But I think for today, I'm going to leave it with the panel here to discuss that. Thank you.